Hello everybody and welcome to another train simulator video. As you'll see, today we are going to be driving the class 313. Or are we? See, this here is actually a reskin. And it turns a combination of the 313 and the 315 into a 508. So today we are going to be driving a reskin of the 508. This isn't released yet. I don't know when it's going to be released. It might be out by the time you're watching this, depending on when you're watching it. But this train is being made by Greater Anglia Fan Class 321. I've reviewed his London Overground reskin of the Pretend Adventure for the 378. So I've done that before of his. So yeah, we're going to jump into this 508 here, and we're going to take it down the Watford DC because why not? Starting at Watford. I made this scenario, but I haven't put any AI in it yet. I just wanted to show off the train itself. So we'll get the doors open, and we'll jump in the cab. We need to do panto down, shoe down, set reset, stick you into neutral, forward. DRA will leave for the second. We'll go outside, we'll do the destination blind, which we're going to want at Euston. Euston, Control R, I think, isn't it? There you go. Control Shift R for the driver operation of the doors. So do that. Marker lights on, headlight on, destination on. None of this is any secret. Do that. Like I say, it's literally just a reskin of the 313, this bit, so off we go. Throw my hub back up as well, so I can see what I'm doing. Bit glitchy platform, but hey, that's the route. There's nothing I can do, so cut the power there. And we'll have a look at the reskin. There is a bit of a problem with the doors there, as you can see. That's just a 315 coach, not particularly liking being with a 313, but it works just about. It's a shame, but hey. There's the odd little thing here and there that's not quite right. They should probably be green. The top of the airbag should be green as well. There's some bits. The interior of this train, it's got yellow around there. And on the 313 coach, the yellow does not exist in there. And also there's yellow handlebars in the 313, and there's grey in that. So, it'd be nice if he fixed them. I don't think he's going to be honest. But it'd be nice if we did see them fixed. This looks like it needs the alpha toning down a bit as well. For those of you who make reskins, you'll know what I mean by that. If you don't, then don't worry too much. Basically, we just need to get rid of the shine off it, for those of you who aren't entirely sure what I'm talking about. Because it's not supposed to be that shiny in comparison to the rest of the train, at least. So we'll just drive the Watford DC instead, and we'll stop complaining about the alpha and all that. One thing you might notice is my game may look a little different to what you're used to within Train Simulator. And that is not Reshade. That is not the Armstrong Powerhouse and Sky Enhancement Pack either, although I do have that. That will be Railworks Enhancer. And basically what RWE is, it's basically a lighting pack. I'll try and remember to put a link in the description of the video to it. And it just does sort of, it improves, oops, don't want to go into full emergency really. It improves the lighting of the game, it improves the shadows, it improves the shine on stuff, it improves everything, pretty much. It's an excellent pack. I'm not going to go through every detail, because I know Alan Thompson's done a review, and yeah, I'm sure you can easily work out. I'm sure you can see the difference. Currently I'm running with every effect on, this is what it looks like with every effect, but you can see, look, it's shiny. That would not be shiny in classic Train Sim. This would be shiny, but it wouldn't sort of be reflecting as it is. Look at this, the sort of where you can see the sun. Is that not just nice? Does the matte texture do it? No, the matte texture doesn't do it, but... Doors, please, thank you. And if you look at the windows, they're shiny too. And that looks so much better than what we used to have before the pack. Does it not? Look at that. Is that not just pretty? The sky's a bit sort of... I think the brightness of the sky might be a bit intense, to be honest. So, that could possibly do with sorting. I think that it's probably more me than the enhancer pack that's causing that. I need to work out which effect sort of makes all the light objects glow, and then obviously I can then disengage that, because there's an installer which it installs everything to the game manually, but you get to select what options and what type of lighting effects you want within your game. So there's quite a range of things you can choose from as well. So I'm using version 1.8, which was released today, as I'm recording, obviously. So maybe it was yesterday for you, maybe it was a year ago. You never know. But 1.8 is what I'm using here. Like I say, every effect is on, apart from the lighting sort of cancellation ones. You'll probably know what I mean by that. If not, then I know what I mean. So at least somebody knows what they mean. There we go. It's a very pretty route, this. You've got to admit, it's not a bad route. I mean, some of the scenery does look a bit sort of old, because it is an old route. This is a V5 upgrade I'm using here, so there's obviously going to be better than the V4, and it is better than the V4. It's quite obvious that it's better than the V4, especially with the Bakerloo line in it and all that. But yeah, it's quite a nice pack, so quite a nice little route. You do need a lot of requirements for it though, so I will warn you about that. Like I say, this is literally just a test scenario to test this train, so you're not going to see any AI, unfortunately. Okay. I mean, sure, it's fair enough. A temporary sign, fair enough. That's fine. I don't mind a temporary sign, but you know, they could have swapped them out. They obviously just got past it. I think it was one guy working on the entire upgrade project, so fair play to him. He's done a very good job on the most part. But little things like that, it would be nice to see. Maybe they'll do a V6, or maybe there's a patch that I'm not aware of that fixes that kind of thing. I don't know. But I don't want to come down too hard, because it's not exactly as if I've paid any money outright for this. It's one guy, or a couple of guys, whoever it is, doing it in their own time, because they want to. And you've got to respect that. You know, it's great what they've done, because this filling goes all the way from London to Birmingham, after all. So you got like 112 miles of track. There's a lot of stuff in there that could be missed out, but it is a slight shame to see that they kept the temporary signs and they forgot to swap them out. But hey ho, like I say, they can always come back and patch that. It's not the end of the world. It's quite a nice little run, this, as well, to be honest. I've driven it once before, just to sort of have a go in this train and see what it's like. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be any different to obviously the 313 or whatever, but it's quite nice to drive. It's quite nice to have as well, this. The 508, finally. Apparently there's only 3. There were only ever 3 of them. So obviously you can only put 3 trains down. The rest will be 313s. But that's just... It's great that we've got it. Because there's a bit of a hole in that side of the peps. We got the 313. We got the 314. We got the 315. We need the 507s and 508s now, really. I mean, I'd rather see a because of where I live, I never really was around these units, so I'd rather see a 317 be produced. But in reality, I think there's more chance of us seeing a 507 and 508 sooner than a 317. So, but no, it'd be nice. It'd be nice if they do it. I mean, you want them to do everything in the end, but there's so much stuff, and they're building so much stuff as well. You'd just be there forever, literally. We've actually got a proper sign here, which is nice. Is that Arial? Flipping heck. Why is that so hard to say? Arial. I think that might be Arial, the font. Could be Sans, maybe, but I think it's Arial. It would have been nice to have a slightly better sign, slightly more realistic sign, but it's a lot better than having a temporary sign, so at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. So yeah, that door is literally just because it's a 315 coach, and the 313 does not seem to like the 315. Well, the 315 just seems to be a bit funny in general. I mean, there's a reskin of the 455-7 or whatever it is. The one with the 315 or the old 508, 507 coach, whatever it was. And that's, the doors don't open on that at all. So we should be grateful for this, that the doors actually do open on it. But it's just a shame, really. There's nothing we can do about that, though. It's just the reskin being the reskin. So he's doing, apart from this one, he's also doing at least 3 more liveries. He could be doing a 4th one, I've got a feeling. I think he might be branding this in London Overground. He's also producing a version of this in Southeastern livery with blue door. He's doing one in Southeastern with yellow door, I think. We should be. He asked me if I wanted him to do one. I said, yeah, sure, might as well. And he's also doing a BR blue one. So if Silverlink isn't your cup of tea, but you want to drive one of these, then you can be able to. We've got another project producing the Mersey Rail, so that's going to include the 507 and 508 in a Mersey Rail livery, which would be nice. So obviously he's not covering them. That other one's using the 315 modernised headlight version as the base model for it. So the lights are supposedly more accurate to what they are. I don't really know the units because, like I say, I've never seen them. I only see the 313s and the 315s, so that's all I'm really aware of, like, of exacts. There, see, not much land, not much scenery. But to be honest, if you're sitting in here, you just don't need it. You really don't need it. And look how well the route runs. I mean, sure, there are no 3D trees, but it's well optimised. It works as it should. I'm getting 36, 43 frames. I'm getting like tops, sort of, bottoms like 35 frames. That's just ridiculous. 30, 35 frames. Considering the route's so long, you can literally look down the track and not ruin your frame rate. So, sure, it's not the best route that's ever been produced, but it's certainly not the worst route either. Not far from it. It's great. And like I say, it's very fun to drive as well. So, I'd love to make scenarios for it, but I'm not really up on my West Coast sort of manoeuvres and stuff. So I'm not really the best person to ask to produce a scenario for this. But hey, maybe one of you guys can come along and produce this scenario, because I haven't even timed it properly either. Yeah, it just starts at midday. So, yeah, maybe one of you guys can come along and just take over and do a scenario for this train, because that would be nice. I'd quite like a scenario with Pendolinos and Voyagers and all sorts flying past. So, maybe the old freight train would be nice. I love the glow on the signals as well. The glow from the signals is quite bright. And it lights up everything. Headstone Lane. That's a bit grim, isn't it, that name? Flippin' heck. Maybe there's a graveyard around here somewhere. There could be. I've got no idea what's up here because I've not been this far. Furthest I've been is Harrow and Euston. So, there's a fun fact for you. Love listening to the Peps do their thing. Very nice sound. All that sort of Braille period stock. It's just it's nice to listen to. It'd be a shame when that kind of sound's gone. I mean, it's kind of staying. There's a bit of an undertone in some of this new stuff. The 700s have got a bit of an undertone of this. The Electrostars have a little bit of it, but it'd be a shame when the entire sort of sequence has gone through, especially the sort of 317, 321, 319 hum that you get. The initial motor whine as it powers up. Anyway, we better start slowing for Harrow and Euston. So we're now on the Bakerloo line. There we go. We're now on the Bakerloo line. So everything between here and Queen's Park is all Bakerloo line, and you'll see obviously the fourth rails down on the track here. So we've got all that to look forward to. Just stop this here. Doors. These platforms are very long for these little 3-car trains, aren't they? So, all of them seem to be. So. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Ooh, floating buildings for the win. Floating seat for the win. I wonder if I'm missing an asset or if there's if they've forgotten to put something in there. Kenton. Next stop. Doors. Off we go. Departing Harrow and Euston. See, that would look nice if a Pendo just came rushing through right now. That'd look very nice indeed. Lady, get out of the way! I don't know if you're in the way or not. I don't know. Interesting. They've not matched the texture correctly on the back by the looks of things. So that's fair enough. $29, $30. Put a bit more power on. And wait for it to kick in properly. Wait for that proper camshaft motor to do its thing. Could do that as well. Alright, we can't do anything else with that, can we? We'll stick it in shunt and wait for it to do its thing. Get up to speed, then we can start slowing it again. Because we're still in parallel. Well, we're still in weak field technically, because of how the motor works. It winds itself up and then it doesn't wind itself back until you shut it off, where it winds all the way back, and that's why you get the big clunk. Because it's actually a pop of the electricity being shut off. Approaching Kenton. Oh, nice third rail clonk there as well from the unit. There's obviously a sound from the AP pack. So, well, I say AP pack. This train is AP wagons anyway, so it's got AP sounds on it by default. So it's never had any other sounds other than these, unless somebody's done a sound mod, and then good for you, I guess. I'm not aware of it. Feel free to share a link if you've got a sound mod for this train, if it's any better than the AP one. AP sounds. Or even if it's not, even if you don't think it is, just pop it in the description and we can have a look at it. Let the people decide what they think, because people have differing opinions, right? Some people will say, yeah, it's really good, and other people will say, nah, it's a bit rubbish. So, you know, you get good criticism, you get bad criticism. You just got to take it and move on with life, sort of thing. I don't worry. I make scenarios, I make reskins, I make assets as well, and they never really sort of bother me what people think. I know there's some people out there that like them, some people who really like them. There's going to be people who don't like them. That's fair enough. Not everybody has the same taste. A lot of mine stuff seemed to have been for a pretty specific sort of period, or sort of market almost, because I've done a lot of stuff with the peps recently. It's a lot of it is pep related on my website, to be honest. I've noticed that. Or if not, it's another type of camshaft. So the only hello, there's a bit of the bridge missing underneath there. The only real different thing I've got is the markers, but even they're related because they're London Overground and they go past it. So yeah, if you haven't seen that, go check out my website, james87.weebly.co.uk. I quite enjoy updating that website, making little things for it, putting them on there and sharing them with people. I usually put it on the Alan Thompson group because I know there's people on there who like them. Some people will probably get annoyed with me, but I like to do it, and people seem to like to see it because I get a lot of positive feedback on there, so that's quite good. Like I say, I'm expecting I will get negative feedback. I probably have got negative feedback. They don't bother me though, because you know, some people will like it, some people won't like it. That's just the way it is. People have differing opinions, and if everybody was to have the same opinion, the world would be pretty boring. So, give and take, really. There's stuff I like and don't like. There's stuff they like and don't like. I'm not going to stop producing assets just because somebody thinks, oh no, I don't like that. Lift, lever, operate lower handle, emergency door. I wonder what these are as well. But no, I'm not gonna stop making stuff because some people say it. Some people will like my content, some people won't. I mean, I'm helping to build the ECML add-on you're probably aware of by now. So if you don't, go check out that Facebook page. I can't guarantee I'll put all these links in the description because I'll probably forget what I need to link and then won't link anything anyway. So I'll try and link at least Greater Anglia Fan Cast 321's Weebly in the description though, so you can go download this this reskin when it comes out. Good neutral section, but of course we're third rail, so it doesn't matter. We have a rail gap here because it's the underground. North Wembley, and then Wembley Central, and I think it's 2, then Euston Junction, and then it's another one, and then it's Queen's Park, I believe, and then I think it's 2, then Euston. So we're cutting down these stations pretty quickly. We're getting through them. Anyway, you like, really. I don't want to stop too far up the platform because it's a bit sort of... It'd be a bit unrealistic to stop all the way up the end of the platform in some ways. But at the same time, maybe not because the screen's up there, so... Who knows? Bakerloo line. Euston Watford Junction line. Southbound platform 2. So that's where you can go from here, which is indeed where we are going. We are going to Euston. On the Watford Junction line. The Watford DC. Hello. I don't know if you heard my alarm. Ready to depart? Stand clear of the doors. Mind the doors, please. Mind the doors. And off we go. Train now departing. Notice the shine off the platform, and then the front of the train seems to glow different colours. I don't know if that's just the distance to the camera the shader sort of renders, but that certainly seems to change colour with the sort of light reflecting off it. So that's quite a nice feature. The amount of intensity changes sort of what you can see because your eyes, you sort of squint your eyes when it's light, so everything else sort of becomes a bit darker. I don't know if that's intentional, but it's a nice little feature. Green banner repeaters over there. Next station, Wembley Central. Change here for stuff. Got a bit of a gap at the end of the bridge as well, I've just noticed, but hey ho. Coca-Cola vending machines. I know I had a problem with the track in the next platform over, so I'm going to have a quick look and see if we've still got that issue. And also, I want to check something. Can we see the end of this, the back of this door in this window? No, we can't. You can see it inside though. So, that's interesting. The track's here. Darkness is also here as well, which is interesting. Interesting, and we got a light tunnel, then a dark tunnel, and then a light tunnel. It's kind of weird that, but hey ho. Closing the doors. At least both sides get to be used on this journey, because sometimes the platform's one side, sometimes the platform's the other side, so you get to use both sides of the doors. Not that it matters too much in this train, like functionality wise, or playability wise, but for the train it gets to open both sides, so it's got to be a positive, right? At least one side ain't going to rust up due to inactivity. We've got 40 limit down here, so I hadn't actually seen it until then. So, oh, look at that! How's that for a speed change, eh? The slowing down. Hooter, as you go in the tunnel, always do that. I mean, you could kind of argue that this isn't a tunnel, it's more of a bridge. But, hey, also do it on the outside when you're coming out as well. It just ensures that if there's anybody in the tunnel, they know you're coming, so they can run through the tunnel and hopefully get out of the way. And if there's somebody at the end, they can just step to the side and make sure they're out of the way so then the train comes. Because you might get the odd track worker that you're not aware of being out on the line. So, there we go. You gotta be alert just in case. Or if you've got a level crossing at the end of the tunnel, you need to know people. You need to let people know you're coming, so that hopefully they don't jump across the gates. So yeah, past Stonebridge Park Depot. Little run off there. Just stop here and Stonebridge Park. Nice. And actually, this train runs quite well on this route. Like the 313, I don't think always runs too well down the Oh, shut up, traffic. I think that's North Circular. We don't want to hear it. Wembley, 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 Wembley. Sorry. Wait, hang on. Was that a combination of two stadiums over there? Hang on. It looked like... Oh, okay. No, it is. It is, I think. I think it is two stadiums in one. It's just they've literally got an arch and they've put it over. That looks like the stadium from Edinburgh, Glasgow. I don't know what it's called, but I think that's what it is. The one from Edinburgh, Glasgow. They capped off? Oh, it was already capped off. Nice. Past the Royal Mail Euston. Which is now closed. Used to contain all of the 325s mostly. And the old parcel coaches as well. Stop that. Gap, section gap. There you go, see? It wasn't as wide as it should be. Over there, that blue building there, that's the McVitie's factory. For the biscuits. So, you know where to come to get your biscuits. You want them fresh. Just come all the way out to Harlesden just to get biscuits. You live up in Scotland, you need to get to Harlesden. Yeah. Just go to Aberdeen. One ticket to Harlesden, please. Where the heck is that? I don't know, but it's got a McVitie's factory, so I need to go buy biscuits. Oh, sure, I'll come with you then. I want some biscuits as well. There we go. Coming to a nice, gentle stop. We don't want people to spill their tea before they've got their biscuits now, do we? No, we don't. And stop. This is Harlesden. Change here for biscuits. See? McVitie's, the original. You have to go a long, long way to bake a better biscuit. 12:47 and 36. Yeah, it's about 10 minutes out from what we are now. They probably didn't want to make the script for the working clock. I don't blame them, to be honest. That's interesting though, isn't it? Look at that. Never noticed that before. That's cool. I think it's in the trees, isn't it? Yeah, there is. There we go. And actually, I'm recording this quite late. So, quite late at night. So I'm actually starting to sort of feel a bit tired. And I'm thinking, I don't want to fall asleep at the controls of the train. Just fly through Wilson all the way down to Euston. Like, oh, how do we get here? And the passenger's like, well, I wanted to get off there. That's not particularly helpful. So, anyway, up the incline into Wilson Junction, low level. There we go. That line on the left goes round, is a freight line round onto the North London. I forgot about that speed limit. 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Okay, I muted Discord, but Facebook didn't want to, so meh. Or Messenger. So that's what that was. For those who didn't know, Facebook Messenger. So there we go. Wilson Junction, everybody. It's a shame for this they didn't use the DTG model. I know there's probably people would probably moan about DTG model is not good, but it'd be better than this, really. They've done well though. They've done well. Because it's not as if they didn't have the model available to them. The North London line is a requirement for this, so they could have used it, but hey ho, what can you do? Because that's missing. There's quite a bit missing from there, so I don't know if that's me or if it's the route. Let me know if that's in your route, or if I'm missing a requirement. I can't see a milk bottle anywhere, but that's not to say there isn't one. Bye, train. Have a fun time doing train stuff. Cut the power there. And apologies for my burps. Nobody wants to hear that now, do we? Let it roll for a bit. Round the corners. Round Wilsdon Zeeple. There's a lot of... It's quite interesting, this route, I always find, as well. Because there's loads of sort of... Because right now, we're right next to the West Coast Main Line. Obviously, we were on the other side to where it was earlier as well. So, there's that. But then there's also sort of... There's bits that are really close to it. Bits that are a bit far away, like we just come off of. And then there's bits that, like we were on earlier, just outside Watford, are like really far away from the line. It makes you think they're not even part of the same line. Not that they are really part of the same line, but they are at the same time, sort of thing, so... If that makes any sense. This is nice. Although I don't know if this is a tube tunnel. I'm not sure. I think that's probably going to be just a regular sized tunnel, considering you got to fit these things through. I mean, this went through it fine, but some other stuff. Not that we get freight down here. All the freight goes down the West Coast Main Line on the relief lines there, but... So, these lines, I think these are the fast lines and these are the relief lines. Like I said, I'm not really up on my West Coast too much, so I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, then please don't hurt me. That's quite cool. Oop. Just disappear in the bushes. Next stop, Queen's Park. So we're almost off the Bakerloo line now. So not that far until it disappears away from us. Not that far at all. In a way, it seems a bit pointless having both of the routes in some ways along here. That was going very fast as just being in series, wasn't it? Or did I put it up in parallel? Without remembering it. I must have put it up in parallel and brought it back down. Because I don't remember... It shouldn't be going that fast, but I don't remember it going... Or accelerating that fast even. And reach that speed for that matter. Shouldn't have been doing that. Unless it was all the way up. But I don't remember putting it up, so... I must have forgotten about the fact that I put it up or something. See, right at this point here... Here, we are now off the Bakerloo line again. So, that goes that way. That then goes underground here. That's the shed at Queen's Park. The 2 carriage sidings inside the shed. We're going to here. It's in the middle there. You got the other line for this on the other side of the platform. So platforms 1 and 4 are overground. And 2 and 3 are the Bakerloo line. And then, once we've stopped here, we've opened the doors. Just up here we have the little shed. And next to that, Bakerloo line goes underground. Disappears off. Which then goes sort of round here and across, I think, and this way. And I'll show you a station. Because why not? Kilburn Park. I'm missing assets from it, I'm aware of that. Obviously I've got no platforms and there's some milk bottles there, but hey. It gives you an idea of what it looks like. Pretty good, really. Pretty good. So yeah, it's nice to have some underground. A lot of people are sort of half and half about underground in the game. Some people just hate driving underground because it's boring and there's nothing to see. Other people really like driving. I really sort of depend on what mood I'm in. Often I will enjoy it because it's sort of commuter. But I also like the fact that you're underground, you're in a tight space, and it feels like you're going very fast past the past sort of the tunnel walls. Feels like you're travelling at extremely fast speed. A faster speed than you actually would seem to be doing above ground. So there's something quite cool and exciting about just watching the tunnel really closely skim by the train. I just quite like it. But like I say, some days I'll just not want to drive underground because I want to do something different. So there you go. Like today I'm doing this. I could have chosen to do the Bakerloo line. I nearly did do the Bakerloo line. I nearly didn't record this video at all. But I thought, you know what? Might as well do that. Drive that. I want to drive it. I'll do the video. And you can have a look and see what this reskin's like. AWS. I mean, I suppose I could have put a bit of AI in the scenario, but I'm lazy. I'll do that later if I can sort of work out what AI I need to put in. Then I'll do it. But until then, it can stay as it is for now. Don't have to publish it immediately. I've got however long I like, literally. I could spend years making this if I so desire and not publish it. Maybe I won't even publish it at all. Maybe I will develop it into a fully fledged scenario with all the AI it requires and then get a scenario out of it. Who knows? It was literally just a tester for the train I made the scenario for. I'd like to get all the AI in it, like I say. But whether that will happen or not, I don't know. I'll put obviously the other two of these in, the 508s, so they can be on the AI. And then 313s to bump up the numbers of everything else, sort of thing. Got to find out which ones actually were with Silverlink, so I don't put any incorrect ones in, sort of thing. Some What would it have been? Oh, it was Wagon, wasn't it? It was Wagon in them days that ran up the East Coast. So, yeah. Make sure I don't put any Wagon ones in. Anyway, approaching South Harrow. This is the last stop before Euston. Got a bit more braking. Stop in a nice position. There we go. This must be one of the only underground lines as well. Obviously we're not on it now, but back there. Must be one of the only underground lines where you could potentially get freight down it. I mean, you could use this as an avoidance line if the entire West Coast lines were out. You could use this for diesel hauled Pendolinos, for example. Imagine that, Pendolino down the Bakerloo line. It's ridiculous to think about on the face of it, but in reality, it makes sense, sort of thing. Another Facebook message. Cool. Next stop, Euston in 2.38 miles. Big block there as well. Looks almost like there was a line up there once. Maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. Could have been though. Looks almost like that. Just keep it a nice even speed, hopefully. Hopefully not speed too much, so keep it going nicely down here. We've got the 30 limit coming up, so we can start slowing down for that. Oh, it's the AWS. I thought I saw something go dark. And the TPWS. Nice! Nice! An underground crossover as well. We get a bit of power going just to bump us up to 30 mile an hour roughly again. We're going to need it up this hill as well, so this looks quite a steep hill to me, to be honest. Two lines there. Them lines go round to the North London, I believe. Or these ones, sorry. Yeah, that joins up and that all goes round to North London then. So the freight can use that bit. Potentially. Although they might go out onto the... they're probably more likely to go out onto the West Coast main line, to be fair. Especially the, obviously the electric freight. Because the electric freight overhead, the 90s and all that, can't go down the Watford DC for obvious reasons, so... And look, we're actually under dual voltage equipment here. Oh, sorry. We've got overheads up above us, and then we've got third rail, which we're actually using, we're running on, so... Bit dual voltage here, which is nice to see. I can see Euston on the map anyway. Euston Station, 1 mile. Should only take us a minute or two to get to then, if it's only a mile. Speedboard's right above the signals, like that. Like that. Quite hard to see, but nice anyway. Point motors there. Yellow signal into the platform. There's the old parcel depot as well on the left there, on the right, sorry. That big building there. I think that I'm going to assume that's probably the parcel depot maybe then. We're going into platform 10. More speedballs up the top, so that's nice. Where are they going to send us then? Over here. Straight across here. And then right here, I reckon. No, left. Or straight ahead, I guess, you could say. So there must be this one ahead of us then. On the right, yeah. We're going right here. London Euston, everybody. Welcome to Euston. So we just roll down to the end of the platform here. Open the doors. And then that's that done. Obviously, Euston's looking pretty dead, but hey. I shall get that sorted if I decide to in the end. And it'll be a very nice scenario, hopefully. Very fun to drive with the underground as well in there. Obviously, I'll have to use a 73 stock because we don't have a 72 stock. Unless I can get mine to work. I was trying to produce one with a child object to sort of block the door on the 73 stock, but it's not working, so don't expect that anytime soon. Don't expect that indeed. Funny ticket barriers there. Quite like that. There we go. Finito. Done, finito, done. Gone, whatever. I don't know. That's not very much point to the ticket barriers. I'm probably missing assets because there's floating signs as well. So. Oh. It's a solid wall the other way. Underground. National Rail, London Euston. Let's set the train down. Oh, I can't now. Oh well. I guess we can turn the tail lights on, headlights off, marker lights off, other way around. That. We can do that. So yes, guys. Thank you very much for joining me on this epic adventure down to London Euston in our class 508. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you've enjoyed. I would say I hope you've enjoyed the scenario, but to be honest, there's not really much of a scenario anyway. But hope you've enjoyed the video and seeing this train, and you're looking forward to it actually being released. I know I'm looking forward to it actually being sort of ready to use properly. So, for 55 minutes, we'll call it. It's 270 miles. I guess that's not too bad, really. Seems a bit slow, but at the same time, I mean, if you consider you can get to sort of Rugby within an hour, I think you do Rugby within an hour, maybe a bit further. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I will see you. all next time. Goodbye.